Coming up on this edition of SU TV News, NDSU celebrates 50 years of having a doctoral program.
MSUM brought something new to their homecoming this year.
And in sports, the Dakota marker is back up for grabs.
This is SU TV News, and it starts now.
Welcome to SU TV News. I'm Bryn Nelson.
And I'm Kayla Reamer. The U.S. Capitol building was in lockdown earlier this afternoon when a woman ran through the barricade in her car and headed towards Capitol Hill. Police pursued her down Constitution Avenue, where shots were fired and the woman was killed. Authorities say there's no evidence of terrorist involvement. However, they're confident this was no accident.
Driving under the influence costs lives, and NDSU is doing their best to put an end to these issues. Earlier today, a car hit by a drunk driver was on display outside of the Memorial Union. The accident killed a family of 3 along with an unborn child. Driving under the influence has many consequences, including fines, revoking of licenses, and possibly death. The choice to drive under the influence affects everyone involved.
This car here, they took out a whole family of 4 people. I mean, the whole family's gone. Then your family has to worry about it, and your parents, grandparents. It screws up everybody's family.
To avoid getting into these situations, it is suggested to first watch your blood alcohol content level, call a cab, designate a driver, or don't bring a vehicle to places you plan to drink at.
North Dakota State University President Dean Brashani is scheduled to present the annual State of the University address Thursday, October 10th at 11 a.m. The event will take place in Festival Concert Hall and is free admission. The speech will be available as a script and a live webcast at www.ndsu.edu/president/speeches.
The NDSU Graduate School is celebrating 50 years of doctoral degrees. SU TV's Bree Bachmeyer has a story on how much doctoral education has grown here.
50 years ago, 4 students were the first ever to graduate with doctoral degrees at NDSU. Frank LeGrand is the only living doctoral graduate of those 4. Frank visited the NDSU campus in May for spring commencement and the celebration of this anniversary, his first time back in Fargo since he left.
Frank was very successful with his doctoral degree. He put it to work at Oklahoma State University, took that knowledge and helped the students at Oklahoma State, but also the agriculture people across the state. And so it was a good example of what our students are able to accomplish and contribute as they leave here. And it was just very cool to have one of the first ones be able to come back and share that story.
Agriculture, Frank's forte, remains one of the largest producers of NDSU doctoral degrees, along with the Education Department and Engineering.
It was very hard back then to get the doctoral degrees, and then NDSU started to offering it in North Dakota, and then we came this far from now. We have so many doctoral students. We have more than 2,000 graduate students. So it's a lot to achieve in 50 years, I suppose.
Over the past 50 years, nearly 1,500 students have earned their doctoral degrees here at NDSU, and nearly half of them have earned their degrees in the last 15 years.
It's very important to recognize the accomplishments of those individuals, but also of the faculty and the departments who worked very hard to create those programs and produce successful graduates.
The last booming 15 years of doctoral degrees show significant growth, and the celebration of this anniversary takes NDSU back to the roots of when the programs first began 50 years ago. Bree Bachmeyer, SU TV News.
Today, NDSU offers 50 doctoral degrees and 86 master's degrees.
Sonja Kowalewski, the first woman to earn a PhD in mathematics, is celebrated for her achievements at NDSU. In a mathematics high school day, girls in grades 9 through 12 came to campus to participate in activities and play games related to math. Sonja was a mathematician in the late 19th century. Her achievements have made her an icon to women studying mathematics everywhere. At this year's Sonja Kowalewski Day, students got the chance to hear about interpreting ECG rhythms using graph paper. The entire day is filled with fun mathematics-related activities.
We have been having this event for already 17 years, and it's a great benefit for NDSU and for the rest of the community, not only the local, but the rest of the state of North Dakota and western Minnesota.
The program is supported by the Association for Women in Mathematics. All participants received books and prizes, as well as a free breakfast and lunch provided by NDSU.
Up next on SUTV News, MSU Moorhead brought something new to their homecoming this year for their 125th anniversary. We'll tell you more about this after this week's 7-day forecast.
All right, that was okay first ball. Better than before, so.
Welcome to SUTV News.
Welcome to SUTV News.
Welcome to SUTV News.
SUTV News is a production of the Bison Information Network, North Dakota State University's student-run television station. We promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SUTV News on Cable 1 Channel 14, brought to you by Stop and Go.
Deeks Pizza, prices with the student in mind. Fast delivery and conveniently open until 3 a.m. Order by phone at 701-235-0708. Order online at deekspizza.com or order with Deeks' easy-to-use mobile app. NDSU. Make Deeks your choice for pizza this semester. That's Deeks. Great pizza that won't empty your pockets.
SUTV News is brought to you by Stop and Go. Stop and Go. We're always there.
Welcome back. There's something new this year for the MSU Moorhead homecoming.
To celebrate their 125th anniversary, they hosted Color Me Rad. It is a 5K where participants of all ages can walk, run, or run while getting colored cornstarch thrown at them. At each race, a portion of the money gets donated to a local charity. Saturday morning, 1,700 participants gathered in excitement, ready to get full of color.
I did the run or die race in June, and I had a lot of fun, so I didn't want to run again, but I figured it'd be fun to volunteer. People have been really excited to get lots of color on them and ready to run.
Last year, Color Me Rad had 200,000 runners in over 32 states. A portion of the proceeds from the race went to MSUM Athletic Department.
It's a condition that every student has dealt with at least once in their academic career. Writer's block is a real problem for many students, but there's a place on campus that is doing their best to provide a solution. SUTV's Kayla Reamer tells us more.
One of the goals that the Center for Writers has is to help students overcome the nasty writer's block. Karen Pierce says that there are many ways to fix this problem.
Well, there are several types of strategies that students can try, like free writing, for example, or listing all the questions you can think of about your topic.
Some of the ways to overcome writer's block are through writing, but other ways are not writing-based.
So maybe reading more about your topic, maybe you just don't have enough information, and so there's more things you need to know in order to write more. Sometimes talking about your topic with someone else can help. That's one way that the center can be very useful. The Center for Writers offers one-on-one consultations And a lot of that is talking based.
Changing writing locations is also a good way to get new ideas.
Maybe you're in a, I don't know, dark windowless space because you thought it would help you focus, but now it's so dark and windowless and focused that you don't have any new ideas coming to you. You need some inspiration. So getting up and sitting in front of a window where you can see outside and see some movement, that might help.
If none of these solutions work for you, you might be suffering from a larger issue that can impact your ability to write.
If that's the case, we can't really help you too much in the center. The best place to go would be the counseling center, where they have great resources on time management, for example, stress, perfectionism, overcoming perfectionism. So they're another great resource.
Kayla Reamer reporting, SU TV News.
The Center for Writers is open Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Tuesdays from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Friday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
The NDSU Memorial Union Art Gallery has named Netha Kloder as Visual Arts and Gallery Coordinator. She previously worked for the Minnesota Museum of American Art. The Union Gallery is open from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. It has a collection of famous names of players, funders, and founders. There are collections of football and baseball jerseys designs made by students of North Dakota State University and many more.
So the real heart of our institution as a gallery is the students, both through all of the work that's done here and who we service to, who we cater to. The students own everything in here.
400 pieces stored in the gallery's vault, ranging from works by famous artists to paintings by NDSU students. The official opening will be the week of homecoming, where Greek life representatives will serve as living historians.
Erin Nyan Erickson beat 59 other students to win the second annual NDSU Innovation Week competition grand prize in March 2013. Innovation Week focuses on groundbreaking work being done by NDSU students. SU TV's Delaney Furrier has the story.
While doing research for a PhD thesis in October 2012, Erin Nyan Erickson found that contaminants in the drug heparin led to about 150 deaths in the U.S. She wrote a journal article about it and then went through the process of turning the topic into a competitive project for Innovation Week.
First step is you have to write an executive summary. The hardest part of that was squashing this 2 years of work into 2 pages. That was probably the most challenging aspect of the competition.
Nyan Erickson won the Innovation Week 2013 Tangible Innovation and Best in Show awards. She created a test to check for contaminants in the blood-thinning drug heparin.
The idea that a panel of judges with great, strong minds and entrepreneurial experience would affirm that yes, this was a good idea and yes, it has potential was very gratifying.
Innovation Week prompted Nyan Erickson to think of her test as a possible business venture.
Nobody ever tells you about entrepreneurship. That's not, when people tell you, oh yes, you can go into academia or you can go into industry, nobody talks about entrepreneurship, but that's an oft overlooked option.
Nyan Erickson used her $10,000 prize to start her own business.
After winning the award, I started having conversations with the technology incubator, and that was what sort of got me thinking that, hey, this could really happen. I could actually do this.
Delaney Freer reporting, SUTV News.
Nyan Erickson hopes to put her test in the hands of companies responsible for the quality of heparin in an easy and inexpensive way. This year's Innovation Week registration begins October 10th and ends October 18th.
Coming up on SUTV News, we'll tell you about how NDSU's Good Neighbor campaign and what it means.
Welcome to SUTV News.
Welcome to SUTV News.
Welcome to SUTV News.
SUTV News is a production of the Bison Information Network, North Dakota State University's student-run television station. We promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SUTV News on Cable 1 Channel 14, brought to you by Stop and Go.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Deeks Pizza, prices with the student in mind. Fast delivery and conveniently open until 3 a.m. Order by phone at 701-235-0708. Order online at deekspizza.com or order with Deeks' easy-to-use mobile app. NDSU. Make Deeks your choice for pizza this semester. That's Deeks. Great pizza that won't empty your pockets.
SUTV News is a production of the Bison Information Network in conjunction with North Dakota State University's Department of Communication Broadcast Program. For more information, go to www.ndsubin.com.
Welcome back. Like a good neighbor, NDSU student government is there.
NDSU's 4th annual Good Neighbor Campaign kickoff event was held earlier this week on the east patio of the Memorial Union. The event was organized by the NDSU student government in collaboration with the Office of Orientation and Student Success, Greek Life, and the Roosevelt Neighborhood Association. During this campaign, door hangers containing information on issues such as respecting and communicating with neighbors, knowing the law, maintaining physical property, and important telephone numbers were distributed to the residents in the Roosevelt community.
Go out into the neighborhood and tell everyone why we're here, and that we're students. We realize there's issues come up with living in a student-heavy neighborhood, but we want to work together to create the best community we can.
Students and citizens reached approximately 2,000 of the Roosevelt neighborhood's residents.
For many students, finding a career after college is a difficult task, but an article released by U.S. News and World Report makes that easier with 11 hot college majors that lead to jobs. SUTV's Bryn Nelson has the story.
In this article, biomedical engineering is among the highest major that leads to a career. The Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates this field will have a 62% growth in jobs from 2010 to 2020. In general, at NDSU, engineering has one of the highest placement rates.
If you choose an area of electrical and computer engineering, there's usually jobs available. The Fargo-Moorhead area's got a lot of opportunities for electrical and computer engineers.
With the increasing advancements in technology, colleges are able to create new majors like computer game design, which is number 4 on the list of hot degrees. With the increasing amount of specific majors, choosing one as an incoming student can be difficult.
I think that the specialization can be confusing right away. That's why it's important for students to talk to their advisors and kind of figure out what's going on in different areas.
I think it'll help them more because somebody's more likely to stick with something they know they like. I think that's why I've gotten so lucky enough not to change my major, is that I started liking it and I realized I do like it, whereas people get these fantasies about what their major is going to be and then it turns out to not be that at all.
Although technology is advancing at an alarming rate, students needn't worry.
I think students find that as they advance up to the higher level classes that they're still using the same techniques that they learned in Circuits 1 in a 400 level biomedical or cardiovascular engineering class.
Bryn Nelson reporting, SUTV News.
Science, technology, engineering, and math majors are some of the hottest for students seeking a career after college. NDSU is now in the process of creating a building specifically for these majors.
The major decision fair was this Wednesday in the Great Plains Ballroom of the Memorial Union. It gave students the chance to meet with different colleges to determine their interests. From 10 to 2, undecided majors and those interested in a change had a chance to meet with advisors from every college. Over 100 students from the University 189 classes and all over campus were expected to attend. Also, representatives from the Career Center were there to provide career counseling.
It gives them a way to talk to a lot of different advisors in one place at one time to get some information and then narrow their decision a little bit further and then maybe make some one-on-one appointments in the future.
Prizes were offered to encourage students to visit more than one booth and broaden their interests. The prizes were donated by Gate City Bank and the NDSU bookstore.
Many students face a major problem when it comes to choosing a major to stick with, and even more end up changing their degree path when they've already started school.
This week for Sidewalk Stampede, we went out and asked students if they could change their major, what they would change it to, and why.
Art history, so I can grow up to be an art history teacher.
Well, I just changed my major. Like last semester, I changed to marketing from nursing because I learned I hate people in the medical setting.
I think I like architecture a lot. It's really time consuming, but I think you have the opportunity to change many things, especially nowadays that many things are going on globally.
I don't really know if I would change my major. I do like being an ag business major, but if I had to change it, I would change it to ag education because I've always wanted to be an ag teacher.
But maybe I'd do a different business major or something. Instead of management, maybe go like marketing or something.
I think I would change it to physics if I had to, because I still kind of struggle with it. And they always say if you struggle with something, you should pursue it more.
Well, joining us now is sports anchor Sam Jones. Guys, I was lucky enough not to ever change my major. I got into my major and I liked it.
Yeah, I actually flip-flopped. I went from a music major to a mass communication major, and I had a minor in mass communications before that, so I just flip-flopped. Right. But how did you get your major?
I flip-flopped for a little bit. I was undecided, and I stuck with history and minor in journalism. I really like sports, so that's what I want to do. And speaking of sports, we will have your Bison volleyball and football highlights coming up next.
Home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Hey, I'm Mariah, and I'm at Bus because not only does it save me money, but with 20 different routes, it makes getting around Fargo much more convenient. I'm at Bus. Do you?
Deeks Pizza. Prices with the student in mind. Fast delivery and conveniently open until 3 a.m. Order by phone at 701-235-0708. Order online at deekspizza.com or order with Deeks' easy-to-use mobile app. NDSU. Make Deeks your choice for pizza this semester. That's Deeks. Great pizza that won't empty your pockets.
We're Forest fans because we love coming to the games. It's very affordable and the whole family enjoys it.
We're Forest fans because we enjoy coming to the Forest games. It gives us something to do and look forward to every week.
This is Force Hockey.
SU TV News is brought to you by Stop and Go. Stop and Go. We're always there.
Welcome back. After finishing non-conference play against Delaware State, NDSU started its Missouri Valley Conference schedule at South Dakota State in the battle for the Dakota Marker. The Bison were looking for its 9th straight conference road win. Let's head out to Coughlin Alumni Stadium for the highlights. First quarter, the Bison defense leading the way. Grant Olson meets Zach Zenner at the line of scrimmage. Zenner is the leading rusher in FCS. Now on to the second quarter. Grant Olson again on the stop. Gain of 0 yards by Zach Zenner. The very next play, Colton Hagel with a big hit on Zenner. NDSU held Zenner to 4 rushing yards on the day. Next Bison possession, Brock Jensen connects with Zach Farrar for a 30-yard pass. This sets up a 1-yard touchdown run by Brock Jensen to finish the drive. NDSU goes up 7-0. Then on into the fourth quarter, the score is still 7-0. John Crockett takes the handoff for a 15-yard touchdown run. The extra point does get Brock, but the NDSU extends the lead 13-0. The Bison put away the game with this 2-yard touchdown run by Brock Jensen. This was his second of the day. NDSU goes up 20-0. NDSU will go on to win and keep the Dakota marker in Fargo for a 4th year in a row. The Bison will now have 9 straight conference road wins. This sets up a meeting with UNI this Saturday at home. NDSU has now won its last 2 meetings against the Panthers, and the players know it's going to be a tough battle throughout.
And frankly, I know it's kind of one of those where 2 teams don't exactly like each other a little bit. Every time we play them, it seems like it's tooth and nail to get every yard possible. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's what makes college football fun. So we're looking forward to it.
You can see the game on Channel 11. Kickoff starts 2:30 at the Fargo Dome. After losing 12 straight non-conference matches, the Bison volleyball team finally entered Summit League play. NDSU took on South Dakota State, looking to win its first match of conference play for the 7th year in a row. Let's head out to Benson Mucker Fieldhouse for the highlights. In the first set, Danny DeGagne takes the back set from Monica Claxton and puts down for the kill. NDSU takes the first set 25-19. On to the second set. This time is Jenny Fossbender with one of her 23 kills on the night. NDSU takes the second set 25-18. NDSU goes up 2-0, but in the third set, NDSU found their feet. Michaela Hora with a kill. She had 9 on the night. Later in the set, Tiara Gibson blocks Emery Meyer on NDSU, would win set 3 26-24. But in the fourth set, the Bison get back in the game strong. Danny DeGagne with another kill that gave NDSU a lead in the set. But the Bison never looked back. Emily Manick puts away the match as she finds the back corner. NDSU wins the set 25-19. NDSU picks up its first win of the year, beating SDSU 3-1. NDSU has now won 4 of its last 5 matches against the Jackrabbits. NDSU then traveled up to Grand Forks on Monday to take on the University of North Dakota in a non-conference match. UND won its straight sets and has now beat NDSU 3 years in a row. NDSU will get back to Summit League play when they host South Dakota on Friday and Denver on Saturday. Both games are set for 7 p.m., and you can see these games on NDSU All Access on Go Bison.
Coming up next on SUTV News, in January this year, a North Dakota author published a controversial book about her experience of growing up gay. After the break, we'll tell you how her book is offering help to others.
More than 400 million people use Facebook to stay connected with family, friends, and colleagues, in addition to the millions of others who use Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Flickr for networking purposes. While Facebook and other social media sites are great tools to help you connect with friends and build networks, you should also be aware of the potential dangers associated with using these tools. So, let's talk tech.
First of all, always be mindful of what you and your friends are posting online. Nothing online is private, no matter what security settings a website may boast. Anything posted online stays online. So take time to consider what you and your friends are putting online before you post it. For example, do you want your potential employers or your current boss to see embarrassing pictures that your friends have posted? There's also the question of how much information should you disclose on a social media site. Posting too much personal information could lead to lost job opportunities, harassment, internet stalking, and identity theft. Don't publicize information that the public doesn't need to know. Finally, you should think about who you want to see those things you've posted online. By evaluating the appropriateness of the privacy settings on your social media site, it is recommended that you customize your settings such that only your close friends can see your personal information, such as your home address, email, and phone numbers. Ideally, this information should not even be online. Additionally, social media networks frequently update their security protocols, so be sure to review and update your security settings regularly. With these precautions, You will be well on your way to enjoying a safe and secure social networking experience.
Thank you for watching this edition of SU TV News.
And be sure to pick up a copy of The Spectrum and check us out on Facebook or Twitter.
Have a good night.